Hey, thanks for stopping by today. If your garage is a hot mess like ours, then you have come to the right place. We tackle the chaos by building, painting, organizing, and yes, decorating just a little because we need a place for everything. Let's go. Our garage is the one place everything goes, and yet we barely know what we have in there. This is one project I have been dreading to tackle, but nevertheless, here we are. And it all started with this one picture my hubby saw online. So we sketched out our own version of a plan at dinner one night, and then from there, I broke out my handy dandy graph paper and we began to sketch out some plans. We divided the space into three zones based on activities. One is for storage. Another zone is for work projects, and a third is for my hubby's biking and martial arts workouts. Once we had a plan in place, we headed to Lowe's for some paint and supplies. We decided to paint the garage walls reflection gray, and the storage rack we planned to build would be a tricorn black. We also picked up a few other items before heading over to Home Depot to get some lumber and a few totes. Now, I like to start every project from a clean slate, but this purging was the worst. It was so hot and we ran across all kinds of stuff. But when organizing, remember, every item needs a decision, so if you haven't used it in years, just ask yourself if it's really worth your space. The goal isn't just organizing, it's removing all unnecessary clutter. We decided to chunk our time and only work 3 hours max each day. This way, we knew we would work fast and stay focused. I can't even explain how hot it was, but we locked in and we set up our trash, keep, and donate piles and just got busy. Once we cleared the area, we took everything off the wall and prepared it for paint. This whole filler goes on pink but turns white when it's dry and ready for use, and it is our go-to. We have used it on several projects. We also filled in some wall gaps with expanding foam, and we gave everything a few days to dry. It was now time to get busy with building. We wanted to take full advantage of the space, so we planned to build and buy some smart storage solutions. My handy hubby started the day off by measuring and marking the wood so we can build a mock shelf to double check our measurements. Once he got some wood cut, it was my job to get the mock shelves built. Yes, this is me. Now that my handy hubby has taught me some tricks of the trade, I was not missing an opportunity to jump in on the action. So we double checked our distances with the bins, and after that, we wrapped up the day. We started out the next day bright and early with cutting, building, and cutting some more. We built our storage into three separate frames for easier installation and for rearrangement if we need down the road. As we got the large sections screwed together, we were very pleased with the results. They were sturdy and they looked great. We were so excited. On the second weekend, we spent a good deal of the morning painting our storage frame. I really thought black would look nice instead of the raw wood, and I was right. The paint really made a nice difference. In order to keep our rollers moist and save them for touch-ups later, I just wrapped them up into plastic bags. Now, while the frame dried, we ran back to the store to check out some other bin options. I really didn't like the yellow and wanted to see what else we could find. So we ran across these green ones and we both really liked them, so they were our final decision. When we returned home, we had even more painting to do. Yes, I know. So we turned our attention to the wall. We did some light sanding and we cut off the dried foam so we can get the wall ready to paint. Once the first coat dried, we added some tape to see exactly where our storage structure would sit, so we didn't have to waste time painting where we didn't really need to. So after the second coat dried, we worked on getting our storage into place and we were excited. Everything was dry and we were ready to go by the next day. So we spent the morning putting all the bins into place. Check it out. What are your thoughts? Let me know below, okay? We really do like the green tops on the bins. I think it was a good call. And once we get the bins full, I plan to add some labels to really hook them up and make them cute. But in the meantime, we moved on to clearing the shelves so we could change up the layout. Now, once we got the shelving cleared, we discussed the layout again. We originally planned for an L shape, but ultimately we ended up liking this parallel layout much better because we could access it from multiple points. And in order to keep the dust at bay and our allergies from flaring up, we just vacuumed off the shelves and we called it a day. We got some items donated and others trashed, but we still had a lot to do. So the next morning, we turned our attention to the keep pile. And after looking at all the stuff we wanted to keep, I knew we should make the most of our newly built storage rack. So we took a quick trip to Lowe's to get a thin sheet of plywood cut for free. I painted it black so it could dry while we were putting items away. As we sorted through the keep stuff, our main goals were to store frequently used items at eye level and to keep similar items together. Again, we set a timer and moved quickly. Once the plywood was dried, we screwed it into the top of the frame so we could add our large patio cushion bag to the top. This was a great idea and it worked perfectly, okay? So we spent the rest of the hour putting bins and keep items into place. We are moving across this garage slowly but surely, so make sure you catch us next time as we tackle the other side. We're going to wrap up our organizing and show you the final reveal. So as always, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and make sure you catch me next time.